everyone, I am Ljames Esmeralda from Group Together. And I am here to do a book analysis for the book Smaller and Smaller Circles by F.H Batacan. I want to start this book analysis by giving you a short background of who the author is. Now, F.H Batacan is a graduate from the University of the Philippines. She graduated with a BA in communication and an MA in arts history. Now, she worked as a part of the Philippine intelligence community, and she was also a broadcast journalist. According to her herself, her literary works is actually a protest for the Philippine agencies, Philippine authorities, the higher-ups to do a better job, and it is to serve as a reminder to the Filipino people that they have the right to demand better services from the agencies. Now, the book is actually a depiction of what she can see on her time in the intelligence community. One of the most prevalent theme of the book is the human psyche. Now, the setting of the book is in Payatas. It is a 50-acre dump site in the northeast of Manila. It is a home of thousands of people who live off of what they can scavenge. It is one of the poorest neighborhood in the city, and it is a city where the law enforcement is stretched thin and rife with corruption. So there were eviscerated bodies that were found in the trash heaps in the summer of 1997. There was no one to seek justice on their behalf. Now, there were two Jesuit priests that decided to take matters in their own hands. One is a forensic anthropologist named Father Saenz, and he had a sidekick named Father Jerome, Lucero. Now, you would wonder, why were there killings like that? This is where human psyche comes to light. Now, the book will show the fragility of the human psyche. Psyche is the totality of the human mind, the course of a person's personality and intelligence. It controls how an individual would react to different situations and problems. Now, the story shows how past experiences or traumatic occasions could affect one's way of thinking. The main antagonist of the story is Alex Carlos. He experienced years of rape and molestation. Now, the story shows how these events affected his way of thinking throughout his life. When he was a teenager, his PE teacher, Mr. Gorospe, would rape and do highly disturbing things to him and other young boys. There were 8 of them. Alex was the favorite of Mr. Gorospe, and he would constantly tell the other boys that Alex enjoyed what he did to him, that he was special. But that was nowhere near the truth. Now, Alex was always the good boy. One would always win awards and listen to his parents. And the book discusses and shows the instance where Alex's father caught him bleeding through his rectal area. What he felt was a mixture of shame and fury, so much that he wanted to murder his own father, which shows now the change in nature, which shows now that one's past could actually make a drastic change on human psyche. Another theme that can be found in this story is the inadequacies and the wrongdoings of the government sector in the Philippines. The story describes how pathetic the Philippine National Police truly is. In the book, she discusses that the police don't even gather statistics on missing persons cases and how they do very little help in looking for missing persons, especially if the family of the victim is poor. She even discusses if a corpse is not immediately identified, the police would dispose of it, leaving the family of the victims with no closure, which serves as a depiction of how politicians in the Philippines usually use their position to serve their own interest. Overall, I highly recommend this book for whodunit fans. Of course, for crime novel fans and for people who want to know about how bad the situation is in the country Philippines. I personally rate this book a 5 out of 5 because it carefully portrays the problems and the themes that the authors wanted to show throughout the book. And that is all for my book analysis for the book Smaller and Smaller Circles by F.H Batacan. Please like the video and subscribe to our channel if you want to see more book analysis and more book suggestions. Bye-bye!